Hi, it's Anthony with Lighthouse Construction, and we are back at the Lodge project on the lake, where we're taking you beyond the blueprint. Last time we were on this job site, we were talking about the framing phase, and after the framing phase, really work into the mechanical rough-in. So what I have in front of me is a set of electrical drawings, one of the important aspects of the rough-in phase. So let's take a look at this master suite here, for example. You can see we have a ceiling fan in the center of the room, which is switched to a switch by the door. We also have these recess lights here, the little circles, and that really is to be the light of the room, and then the ceiling fan helps with some airflow. So throughout the entirety of the plan, we're really making sure that we've thought through all the details, the outlet placements, so that once the finished plan is complete, everything can be done up front. No drywall needs to be cut after the fact. So I'm standing here in the game room connection, and last time the windows were not set. So let's take a look at the windows. So we had those open openings, and now we've actually set. We're using a Pella Lifestyle wood window, metal clad exterior. We actually have a fixed panel on top and then an awning window below. So this will actually open up and tilt towards the lake. That way you can have some nice airflow coming in here, but still that nice fixed panel to capture those views. You can see here we have that 12-foot patio door that creates that 4-foot opening. Really nice to really bring the indoors out. And if you follow me here, we carry that to the roadside. So it really helps to create this nice open cohesive feel between the roadside and the lakeside of this home. We'll step over this pile of wood into the great room space, and you can see those windows have not yet arrived because they have incredibly long lead times on the direct set windows. We have the fireplace, which has since been framed behind us. This is actually going to have stone on top of it, so it'll be a real stone to match the old footing of the existing log cabin, and that's going to really help tie the structure and be a nice anchor for this space. You can see this wall, we have set all of the windows, and something to check out here, we have this temporary door. This is actually an 8-foot door, so a standard door is 6'8", so it's over a foot taller than a standard door. And you can see this has side lights. So during the construction phase, we don't want to damage the finished door. So we put in a temporary door. This is a Bayer built system, and then temporary side lights. And once we're nearing completion, we'll actually swap that for the final door. Sometimes we actually wait until people have moved their furniture in. That way it really just helps protect that in the interim. So let's take a look at some of the electrical rough-ins. So you can see right here we have a switch placement. These all get run throughout the home. In this utility space, we have an electrical panel. So you can see none of the breakers have been punched in at this point, but we've run a lot of the wires so far, and then we're going to do a final connection here. This blue cable here, this is all a low voltage Cat 6 cable, so this is all data cable throughout the home. So we like to run as many data cables as we can during the beginning construction, because we've heard from client feedback they never regret having data cables sprinkled throughout their home. All the electrical wires here. And as we step back into this space, you'll just kind of notice, like for example, this is a light that's going to be mounted on the inside of this closet. That way it really helps to illuminate all of the clothing that's hung in this space, and then all of the switches. This actually, they just set up temporarily. They set their spools of wire on this, so that way when they pull, it's just easy to pull wire. If you look back on this space, this is actually going to be the laundry room. So this is where we get to see some of the plumbing rough-ins. So you can see here we have the hot and cold water supply lines running up through this space. We also have the washer boxes, so this will be the hot and cold for the wash machines. There's 2 of them because they're gonna have a double stacked washer and dryer. And then we also have the dryer vent box in this space as well. And then you can see we have the rough-in for the sink location here, and they haven't ran the hot and cold water supply for this sink because that's actually gonna run inside the cabinetry. That way it's pulled away from that exterior wall, so there won't be any freezing concerns in the future. All right, let's talk a little bit about this garage space. So if you take a look above me, you're gonna notice there are a ton of mechanicals in this space. So we have supply lines, return lines, and all of that is concealed within those web trusses. And in this case, on the other portion of the cabin, all of the ductwork was poured before the slab because it was in the slab. But in this case, we couldn't do the duct runs until all the framing was complete in that web truss space. You can see we have our big garage door openings here. That's gonna be nice. This is the primary 2 stalls of this garage. And then over here we have the windows, and it's always nice to add windows in a garage. Although it's not necessary, it creates a lot of nice natural light as well as ventilation. So we have a nice casement window here that just creates a ton of light and airflow and ventilation in this space. We have another matching window over here. We then have the storm shelter, which you can see we put plywood over top of that door temporarily. We have some of our entry door systems. Again, all of the white doors are just temporary because we don't want to damage the finished door during construction. But if you look here, you'll notice those are the finished jambs. So we have the nice dark bronze jambs and sill plate entry. And then we have a nice garage door going out to the lake. And then we have a door back to the covered porch doggy area. So if you take a look back here, you're gonna see this is where we had that concrete poured last time. And if you circle back here, we have this recess for the doggy fence, and now we have the pedestal for the generator in this place. So as I walk up to the bonus room bedroom area, you'll notice here, outlet box in the stairs. And this is actually for lighting, so this can be motion activated as you walk up the stairs. You're not gonna trip at night. We have another one of those boxes right here. Come up, ton of switches in this spot, control all the different electrical elements up here. And then we have windows in this space. And then let's take a look at this bathroom kitchen area. So this is actually gonna be a kitchen area, so you can see we have all sorts of different switches and outlets for that kitchen. So a lot of electrical in those spaces. Rough-in for the sink, we have our hot and cold water supply, and then our drain and our vent that goes out. In the bathroom space, we have our PVC, which is all the waste, and then we have our supply lines coming up to the floor. We also have our bathroom area, so that has a toilet flange that's been installed, and then over on this side, we are going to have a nice tub with a tile surround, and that's all been planned for and cut in this space. So as we come and look at the rest of this, we had mentioned the floor system with the supply and return lines downstairs. You can see all of these mesh areas. This is where all the supplies are going to be coming, or excuse me, the return air is going to be coming up. So you can see here, that's been in place. It's been cut through the sill plate. And then as you look over here, we want our supply lines in close proximity to our windows. So we've actually set this OSB on top so that nothing gets inside of our vents during construction, because we want to start the home with a clean HVAC system. Let's take a look outside here. You can see we have this nice 8-foot entry door here with the double side lights. There's Tyvek up, the windows have been set. If you look behind me, you'll notice there's this unfinished piece of roof, and that's actually gonna receive a standing seam metal accent. And as we pivot over here, you're gonna notice there's a beautiful asphalt shingle, all of the nice metal for the flashing in the valleys of that. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode where we take you beyond. Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey, you! Hey! What's your problem?
Who are you?
Boris is my name. I've lived in these woods for 30 years. My arms are like steel. My legs are like a racehorse. And I heard there's a labor shortage.
At Lighthouse Construction, we're not just a team, we're a family. We value hard work, passion, and talent of all backgrounds. So, can I ask you a little bit about your background, Mr.?
My name is Boris. I sent you my resume in the PDF you requested. I could start immediately. Thank you.